Hello. Oh, hello. It's kind of here for a creation stream, and just a little update. Today we are, all going forward, just for a little bit, we're going to be doing purely just meditation videos for a little period of time. As much as we want to write on other topics and all sorts of stuff, and actually produce videos for, like, I guess, educational purposes. We're kind of trying to delve that all into meditations for now. These meditation videos we're creating. Because, yeah, just with university work, and I think we're going to be doing some volunteering and stuff soon. Yeah, there's a lot going on, so we're just trying to focus primarily on the meditations, making sure so that we can still read, meditate, get videos out, and study and do what we need to do. And yeah, we'll just put all interesting information and facts and whatever we want to explore into these meditation videos. So yeah, that's essentially the update. Focus on meditations, and this will probably make the streams shorter, given that's kind of what it's designed for. I mean, it's not designed for that specifically, but we'll just be jumping on streams, creating the meditations video, discussing additional information around what was discussed during the meditations, so that we can pick up on things we may have missed during the little recording, or extend upon things which we can add more information to, and also so we can answer questions or anything asked about a topic or any other topic, or yeah, just like this little segment in the day to speak to people and get to know people and explore together, rather than just do it all behind the scenes. So yeah, they'll be shorter, probably like half an hour to an hour, instead of like back in the day 2 to 4 hours. So yeah, just testing it all out, and we'll see how we go. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. 96. And today we are talking about flow. What is flow, you may ask? Flow is essentially, it's kind of a recap video, kind of talking about what we were talking about just then, but we're also talking about the flowing nature, or how to flow with life, which we will get into. Pow. Bang. And let's get into it. Hello, it's Connor here for day 96 of meditation. Close to 100 days, super keen. We'll definitely release a recap. Yeah, we had a bit of a think into a recap video, essentially like the 30-day one, but it will be a bit different. It will include, I guess, the journey, what 100 days actually felt like, because I can tell you now, it wasn't like just 100 days of clarity and meditation. There was a lot of hardship in there as well. There was a lot of life changes involved throughout this period of 100 days of meditating, and a massive amount of perspective switching. So go through the journey, go through what we've learnt, the main takeaways from the first 100 days, which will be pretty immense, because the learning's been immense. And yeah, we'll and then I guess the prospects going forward of these 100 days. That will come out awesome. We're thinking about it a bit today though, because crazy stuff on it. We're day 96 today, so yeah, that's like 4 days away. Friday. Then we might need creators for Saturday. Honestly, crazy little journey. Only 100 days, but such a like a learning curve in life. Such a learning curve, it really has been. Even during meditation today, we were thinking a bit about, I guess, spirituality and stuff. And before knowing anything about it, you're like, the thought is like, oh, spirituality, like following false gods and you know, following about it, you're like, the thought is like, oh, spirituality, like following false gods and, you know, following Minicat, you know, following the mythical realm of the world. Whereas after actually indulging, I guess, in meditation, presence, and spirituality and stuff, it seems as though we're like, it feels more sane than we've ever actually experienced. It is true in that sense. At the start, I thought spirituality was a form of insanity. Now you realize that it's the opposite. It's a form. It's an access, a pathway away from. Yeah, just what seems insane, which is seeing things clearer, seeing things. A pathway away from insanity, because it teaches you to actually see the world for yourself, to clear all the depictions we have of it, all the depictions we've been told to have of it. And you can think about how insane you feel sometimes when like your emotions and stuff get the better of you, or like you're just in a difficult place in life and everything's just amplified and all over the shop. Well, that's a common trait amongst all people. So everything we've formed, all societal depictions and stuff in this world, is mostly comes from a place of insanity. Given we don't have control over our minds and we try and control the world and all sorts of things, but we don't actually have control over it, and through our will to control, with the striving towards allowing extra emphasis and worthiness on the self, we actually get befuddled and create the things that aren't founded on the right intentions and motivations, aren't founded on a compassionate approach towards all, but rather a greedy response, or a self-necessity, a greed necessity, just wanting things for the self to bolster the self, which, that's people's perspectives. It's a very individualistic nature, especially in the Western. It's very like self-absorbed, and how we meant to accommodate everyone if everyone's just trying to get things for themselves, you know? Actually experienced, yeah, just seeing things clearer, seeing things from a realistic light, not being so clouded and foggy anymore. So we kind of realize spirituality and presence and everything, it kind of takes you away from the insanity rather than makes you deluded. And we couldn't think of a second word, a bit foggy. Makes you deluded and like unconscious to reality. It's kind of the opposite to what we initially thought, which is a nice little wake-up call, a nice little realization. And it's always nice to realize like the different aspects to, or like domains to perspective, and how it actually completely flips the way you pursue life and the way you live life, coming from like less than half a year ago, just pursuing things for the wrong reasons, pursuing life with the intent that we need to be somewhere and all of that, and coming to the day where we're starting to realize that that's not the actual way. Also, attachment. Pursuing life based heavily on clinging and attachment. Definitely should have mentioned that. They say clinging and attachment is the less you learn to cling, the more happy and kind of enlightened you become. The more you can dissolve this clinging nature to things in reality and different material things in the world or relationships and stuff, the less you can de-emphasize this clinging, or the more you can de-emphasize it, the better you will feel about the world and the happier you will be in it, the more accepting you will be. That's not the actual way to pursue, and more about pursue. Definitely good. Maybe we'll talk about clinging in a different video. This is essentially the start of it, but we can mention it. There is a lot of topics. Sometimes we come into meditations not even like thinking of topics. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Because yeah, obviously you're trying to stop yourself from thinking. Unless you do contemplative meditation. If you do contemplative, then you come in usually with something you've contemplated. If you're doing mindfulness on the day, it's very these kind of videos here is very just, we've been attempting to be present for the past hour, so we haven't really whipped up anything that's not the actual specific to talk about, but we're kind of just trying to state what we're kind of feeling, in a sense, a way to pursue, and from the more about pursuing based on being present and just flowing with life, flowing with the nature of everything, and coming into acceptance and appreciation of that, and just forming a loving, compassionate regard towards what's actually before you, appreciating all of it. I still say so much. Crazy filler words. All of it, and yeah, not wielding control or placing an expectation that you need something or you need to do. You need to do all these things to, claim possession over the world through business and through other things and all that sort of stuff. It's very we're getting a bit lazy with explaining things because we feel like we've already explained them, but technically people coming into the video for the first time would have no clue what we're talking about. So maybe we'll attempt not to be so lazy going forward. Also trying to keep the time down. There's a lot to cover. I'm sure you can kind of pick up, this and through other things and all that sort of stuff. It's very flowy. It's become a lot more flowy. And we know this is only just the tip of the iceberg. And essentially, iceberg, and essentially they say the deeper the iceberg, the more ordinary life becomes. Not ordinary in the sense that it's basic. Ordinary in the sense that it's like, it's extraordinarily ordinary. It's hard to explain. But essentially, the more you see it, the cooler it is, but it's also very like, it's not like you change perspectives and the walls start turning multiple colors and stuff. It's not like psychedelics in that regard. It's not like the spiritual enlightenment is everything flips around and everything changes. No, it is all quite the same. Everything in this world is quite the same. It is the perspective which completely flips it so that you can see it anew and see it from a different lens and actually see it rather than think that we've seen it. If that makes sense, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, we know it's only the tip of the iceberg, and we know that the way to delve deep is just to be as present as possible for the longest duration, or not the longest duration, just, yeah, so that was quite a lot of information. Essentially, we're saying, or they say, watch this video on enlightenment and stuff, and essentially it's saying like, the more enlightened you become in a sense, the more ordinarily you actually see the world. It's not like you become, so I'd have to look into enlightenment more. Obviously none of us really know what it is, but my depiction of it is that you know the concepts and theories which make up the universe. Therefore you have that like foundational presence, like immaculate presence, and you've realized and incorporated all of these understandings of philosophy and Buddhism and all of that into your being. So you encompass all of it, and you understand all of it. So you are all of it, if that makes sense. That's my depiction of it. Very much immense understanding of the nature of life and the kind of the laws which make it up, and make up yourselves and your mind and everything as well. And it's not just knowing it; it's actually encompassing it, and the realization. It's a realization of it, and realization is pinnacle to get. They say you can study it, you can contemplate it, then you can understand it, which is like massive, and then realization is like even further away. So I'll do it this way: study, contemplate, understanding, like realization, like way over there, you know. It's actually witnessing it for yourself. Experiencing it for yourself. So I was meant to say, not understanding, experience. Study, contemplate, experience. So the first time you like experience what you've been trying to understand for so long, like you actually have that physical or that psychological experience of witnessing what it actually means and feels like. And then realization is being able to incorporate that on a continuous basis to actually realize how to, that understanding and that experience, and, you know, being able to whip it up out of the blue pretty much. So, but yeah, that's all extremely cool stuff. But they say like, it's not like some crazy mythical experience. It's actually very ordinary. It's very just, nothing in the world changes. You're just seeing it from a more pure state. Like you're seeing it for what it is, and you're actually paying attention and witnessing it and grass is still grass. It's just so much more. I don't know. Can't really explain it, but yeah. We shouldn't be clinging to. We need to talk about clinging. We won't do it today. We'll make a note, because clinging is insane. Clinging. Clinging. Spiritual. Yeah, we're just having a lot of. We actually looked into Nirvana, which was passed on by this Buddhist, which also makes YouTube videos. His name's Theory of Samsara. Very good. It's Lama Choga. But yeah, he was talking about nirvana and clinging, and how clinging, he's the one that said that clinging is directly correlated to the harm we feel in the world. The more we cling, the more harm we feel. The less we cling, the more pure it becomes. The less harm we feel, the more well-being exists. And he speaks of all sorts of clinging, relationship clinging, ego clinging, even spiritual clinging. Essentially, spiritual clinging being pursuing the spiritual practice for a destination, or to incorporate within the ego self. So, and that's a booby trap, because technically through seeing the world clearer, we can have this more profound effect, and then we can pursue this profound effect to indulge in the bolstering of one's self and one's self-image and portrayal in the world. And that is in direct contradiction of pursuing the spiritual path, so it's a massive ego trap. For as much of the time that we can, just pursue the day with presence and seeing everything and appreciating it. And this is how you flow with, a constant peace of mind, a constant wonder, curiosity to the world. And that's the aim, really. And the better you get at it, the more you just see it for what it is, on a more consistent basis. And the more you just see it for what it is, on a more consistent basis. See it for what it is on a more consistent basis. Moral of the story, you want to become as present as possible, because everything stems from the present. It's hard to explain. Even everything we learn and understand stems from the present. Essentially, the present is the foundation, so you've got to learn how to be in this presence for longer periods of time, longer duration, under heavier circumstances. Just learn presence, and then naturally everything unfolds from this place of presence. And it becomes more consistent, and then what it is. Oh, we need to talk about presence. I think we did a video on presence, but it wasn't proper presence. See this? I mean, we're very present in that video, but we can definitely delve further. Is on a more consistent basis, and can pursue it for what it is on a more consistent basis. So at least that's our thoughts for now. But coming from this, At least that's our thoughts for now. Coming from this perspective where we're stopping the topic videos for a little bit because uni is ramping up. So Ponder's mainly just going to be focusing on meditations for a bit so that we can still read, meditate, and yeah, just get these daily meditations and anything we are learning, we just deliver in these meditations as well. Just until uni's passed. As we say, we're just trying to flow with life. We're not trying to force anything. And flowing with life, this seemed like the most peaceful approach. Still busy, but it's just flowing with it, and it's doing what you want to do. While getting everything done at your own pace and flowing with it all. There's no expectancies really anymore. I think everything's coming from a more peaceful place of just pursuing and trying to understand from a more present aspect to life, I guess. So yeah, it'll be lots of meditations, but topic blog videos will take a little break, and when uni is complete we'll come back and we'll try and reform and reshape in a manner that better incorporates the information we're trying to give off. And yeah, meditations, they're just going to include everything and anything. They're pretty much whatever's interesting on the day, whatever comes up during meditations, and yeah. Yeah, that's what we'll talk about, and that is a little update for that second part of the video. Because yeah, I mean, we pretty much said it at the start of this stream as well. I can be just taking it easy. There's a lot more going on than what we actually said in this video as well. It's pretty busy at the moment, but it's not busy. It's just experience. Depends how you perceive it. If you wanna say it's busy and like stress yourself out and become overwhelmed, then you do that. If you wanna be busy and like do things in the world and experience and have fun doing it, then you can do that. It's all up to you. Psychological stuff, philosophical stuff, spiritual stuff can just be about anything really, anything which is on our mind, or anything which you guys have questions about. Just ask them, and we'll attempt to study and research a little bit so that we can all come to better understanding of these little things in life, and how to pursue life for ourselves, for fulfillment and everything. So yeah, that's we can all come to better understanding of these little things in life, and how to pursue life for ourselves, for fulfillment and everything. in life, and how to pursue life for ourselves, for fulfillment and everything. So yeah, that's mostly it for today. Just a little update, and main takeaway, just pursue life in accordance to nature within. Again, to nature within. Like in accordance to like your kind of life. Nature within. In accordance to like your kind of life force that can actually pursue and experience life. Don't pursue life based on ego. We discussed ego recently, which is discussed ego recently, which is don't pursue life to gain abundance for a self, which is separate from the universe. Essentially, pursue life from an abundance within already. Pursue life from abundance. Know that you're already everything, and you're already one with everything else, and that abundance, create from there. Know that there's abundance, and then create from abundance within, not seeking abundance that's outside of you. You've already got the abundance. There's abundance. It's realizing it. It's getting rid of the illusions which tell you you don't. Getting rid of the illusions which tell you you need to seek and find the abundance, and then create outside of yourself. From that abundance, to just give more into the world, to create more, to do more, just experience more, you know? Don't feel the necessities of life. Don't let that weigh too heavily on you. That weight is usually depicted in mind, and a necessity to appease a self, a facade, a self facade. A facade, a self facade that we wish to bolster and give off into the world. We don't really need to, we don't need anything, we've already got it all. And the more you expect things externally to please us internally, the more life's gonna throw curveballs, and you can't control it. You gotta align yourself with it and pursue it, and then you're happy. If you try and get things to make you happy, then it usually won't. Something within here is always going to be like, grr. So yeah, we'll explain that better in future, but watch the ego video, that'll probably help out a little bit, or the ego meditations, day 94. Anyway, take care people, and we'll see you for day 97 tomorrow. See ya. There we are, 9 minutes. Wonderful. And that is complete. So we can probably export this. Oh, Siri's trying to record our voice. Export media. It's really nice that we haven't had any corrupted videos as of late. And then we just have to, actually have to create two Canva things. We'll create this one first. So that was about flow. So we'll put like a yeah, that's the kind of background I want. That background looks awesome. Like a river. Like a stream. And we have another river flowing one somewhere. To a little Buddha on the water. We made him ages ago though. We're not too sure where he would be. Where's our Buddha man at? Probably awareness behind thought. Oh, that would be such an old video. 1 year ago, probably one of our first recordings. That's energy, addiction, never mind, we're just gonna have to create it from scratch. Hmm. That's pretty cool. Maybe we'll get a sky there. It's good to have clouds as well, because clouds too represent the flowing nature of life. So why wouldn't you want some clouds in there? Center badge. Yeah, that's kind of nice, honestly. Maybe we want like a flowy font. Whoa. Well, if instead of the sky we put it in the water, like this. Flow. Now we just need some birdies. Check a few little animals in, because who doesn't love animals? Lizard looks perfect. We'll just flip him around. There we are. That man's just chilling. Then we should probably grab I don't know if I should keep tossing in these ones or not. Ooh. Yeah, should I keep tossing in myself or no? We still do it because that's what we've always done, but technically we could start changing away from that. Oh. Plus we do it because it might allow people to see that it's like more of a blog thing than like an animated video or anything. Hello. It's like a flowing kind of image. Sure, that seems kind of flowy. Probably a better way to do this as well. Gonna have to update the way we do things sooner or later. I mean, we do it all the time, but we can update this thumbnail editing to an extent. We'll keep it in for now. We don't mind it in there. Not too shabby, hey? That's a nice little design. Now we just gotta do one for yesterday's video. Which is universal navigation and indigenous perspectives. Which isn't working for some reason. is when, yeah, that was a good day. Get rid of the other one. It's there we go. Hopefully that works. Yeah, we actually edited this one off stream yesterday or last night, just because we felt like it. And it's essentially about universal navigation. So again, relating to spirituality, it's more so navigating from a universal sense to things, a universal foundation, rather than the earthly predetermined foundation. So that was kind of today. We also delved into indigenous perspectives, which is really interesting, which we were actually told by a CEO at this community centre, which hopefully we can volunteer and work at one day soon. So we'll go. Oops. Like orange. This is the one we'll be uploading today. And then the one we created today can be uploaded tomorrow. That's pretty cool. And universe. Scale. Hmm. Indigenous perspectives were described as the serpent and the storm. It's so confusing. Maybe we'll move it all to two sides. It's confusing because it's kind of like a... It's kind of like a combined episode. Fire. Wind. Nature. We'll go Earth. I like the firebenders. Essentially it's relating to the land, playing with nature and water and the earth. And the elements. Wind relates to thought, fire, ambition, nature, the flow of life, the ocean, the flow of life. The serpent, no, the serpent was the nature of life, the creator of life, I'm pretty sure. Don't take my word for it, I don't want to get it wrong. And the storm is like the ego and the problems we create. Kind of like samsara, you could say. Except samsara is birth and rebirth. Though, I really need to inquire further about all of this, which we definitely will do. Day 95. Universal. Is that what we called it? Universal nature. Genus. Perspectives. Yeah, that's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Hello, it's kind of here for day. It worked. Wonderful. This one. Why? Because it looks like we're doing like the Earth symbol. So it looks really cool. Nope. Bang. Voila. That's really cool. Pretty happy. We got flow and we got indigenous perspectives for our next two meditations. Well, we're probably going to wrap it up there so that we can upload this stuff. And we'll be back, and so that we can do uni, because this is our new plan. This is why we got to finish early and not indulge in other creations. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll just keep smashing out meditation videos. Any questions, any inquiries, anything you're interested in, just bring it up, talk about it, and yeah, it's all open for discussion, essentially. It's all just fun and games at the end of the day. So look after yourselves, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.